from rainy season to dry season, from the treetops to the forest floor, from daybreak to nightfall. The drama of life never ends for the plants and animals in the National Park of Hainan tropical rainforest off the southern coast of China. Each morning, this rainforest on Hainan Island comes alive as melodious calls echo from the treetops. The sounds belong to Hainan black-crested gibbons, a rare indigenous species that has existed here for more than 10,000 years. The gibbons spend nearly their entire lives in the treetops, where food is abundant, and they can move swiftly to avoid danger. Many species have adopted similar strategies, as they have adapted to life in the rainforest, an evolutionary response to the environment. Only 37 Hainan black-crested gibbons were left in the world in 2023, making them critically endangered. This close-knit family consists of an adult male, 2 tawny females, and 3 offspring. The youngest member is under 3 years old and is just beginning to explore the trees alone, leaving the safety of his mother's embrace. Another species that calls these treetops home is the spotted gliding lizard. This lizard is preparing to embark on a journey through the rainforest in search of a mate. The lizard has developed the incredible ability to glide. Using its ribcage to expand and form wings, it can glide up to 50 meters. This ant species takes a different approach to overcoming challenges in the rainforest. Unlike their soil-dwelling relatives, weaver ants build nests high in the trees to avoid the frequent downpours that soak the forest floor in rainy seasons. They construct ingenious dwellings using their silk and leaves. From gibbons to weaver ants, each species has found its own way to carve out living space in the layered structure of the rainforest. Young and adolescent gibbons spend their time playing in the branches, gradually mastering the skills needed to live high in the canopy. The climate and rich biodiversity have also nurtured a variety of bird species, which are among the creatures that occupy the rainforest's upper layers. From the treetops to the understory, the dense diversity creates a multi-layered space that is shared by all inhabitants. As night falls, the temperature drops to about 25 degrees Celsius. For many animals, this is the ideal time to venture out. A leopard cat prowls the forest floor. Despite being only about half a meter long, the animal is a fierce predator. Nearby, a slow-moving Himalayan porcupine, with its dull senses of smell and sight, is making a lot of noise as it forages. The leopard cat spots the porcupine. The porcupine has also noticed the predator. It tenses its muscles to raise sharp quills, issuing a clear warning. With its spiky defense, it's not a creature to be trifled with. Recognizing the danger, the leopard cat retreats, leaving the porcupine to fight another day. In this dark rainforest, countless such encounters play out every night. Above the dense undergrowth, where the view is relatively clear, some inhabitants choose to live on tree trunks. This group of weaver ants is transporting supplies to its treetop home. Their activity has caught the attention of a lesser brown scorpion, hiding in a crevice in the trunk. The scorpion is not alarmed. However, to weaver ants, the scorpion is not just a neighbor. It's prey. Without hesitation, the ants launch an attack. After the vanguard ants pin the scorpion, more join in from all directions. Several ants grip the scorpion's stinger, showing remarkable coordination and strength. They also inject their prey with formic acid, a type of venom. No invertebrate in the trees can match the collective power of weaver ants. The spotted gliding lizard can glide effortlessly through the forest, allowing it to escape danger and meet potential mates. Today it encounters another male lizard that appears stronger. These reptiles, barely 10 centimeters long, are fiercely territorial. Males will not tolerate a challenge from another male on their tree. Neither can back down. Our interloper flares a triangular membrane beneath its throat, signaling a challenge. But a quick scuffle reveals that it's outmatched. Defeated, it makes a graceful, gliding exit. Love can be unpredictable. On another nearby tree, the lizard finally meets a single female. From this moment, his attention is entirely devoted to her. Unlike most reptiles, which stay together briefly in breeding season, spotted gliding lizards mate for life and will defend a tree from any other lizards. Compared with the complex forest floor, the canopy is a safer space for many animals. However, to master this vast area, one must learn to swing from tree to tree over long distances. This young gibbon, however, is not yet adept. A single misstep could send it plummeting more than 10 meters to the ground. It escapes unharmed this time. Determined to teach her child, the mother gibbon leads by example, swinging between trees with her child in tow. A series of swings takes it across two large trees, as if it were flying over a chasm. The young gibbon pauses, seemingly hesitant. It might still be thinking of that earlier fall. Studies show that many gibbon skeletons have borne the marks of fractures, evidence of accidental falls. The mother pauses briefly before continuing. Her child becomes anxious. If it can't take this next step, it can't survive independently in the rainforest. Will it have the courage to complete the sequence of swings? Overcoming its fear, the young gibbon finally takes the leap. This marks a new chapter in its life. The entire rainforest is now its world. Yet for the time being, it still prefers to stay close to its mother. Wet season in the rainforest is the most vibrant and enchanting time. For many animals, the urge to reproduce is irresistible. As the streams swell with water, the Hainan sucker frog makes its appearance. The creature's toes have strong suction pads that allow it to cling fast to slippery rocks in fast-flowing streams. This sucker frog is in a hurry, eager to reach the streams where the females gather. Most frogs seek a mate at night, but the male sucker frog begins during the day, impatiently announcing its presence. Once one male starts, others quickly join in, creating a chorus of competition. Along with vocal displays, the males also exaggerate their limb movements. These gestures not only help swat biting insects, but also serve as a mating ritual. The more flamboyant the display, the more likely they are to attract a female. On the edge of the rainforest, young Eld's deer are equally enthusiastic. Despite their inexperience, young bucks trail behind does in playful pursuit. Meanwhile, male gibbons also begin to show affection toward females, grooming their fur with care. This is the first time that footage of Hainan black-crested gibbons mating has been captured with professional cameras. Each species passes its genetic code to the next generation in its own way. While new life blossoms, the rainforest floor is shrouded in death. Overnight, colorful fungi sprout in the dim corners of the forest, thriving on decaying bodies. Some even secretly sap life from the living. At this time of year, insect eggs can be found on the underside of leaves and among branches. Unable to resist, a curious young gibbon decides to sample these high-calorie snacks. As it continues to explore, it stumbles upon an even greater surprise: a plump bush cricket. Gibbons primarily eat wild fruits, but they are not strict vegetarians. The gibbon is eager to try this new delicacy. It's a yummy high-protein treat. But not all insects in the rainforest are the healthy snacks they appear to be. Although they may seem active, they are in fact mindless zombies. A mantis diligently cleans its forelegs, ensuring no spot is missed, a crucial task in the rainy season to prevent a deadly disease. Fungi, a group of eukaryotic organisms distinct from plants and animals, include certain species that can affect the nervous systems of insects. The frequent face-washing behavior of insects is to some extent a way to avoid infection. This insect's behavior has become erratic, as it is controlled entirely by the fungus. As it nears the end of its life, the insect comes to a halt on a branch. Eventually, fungus will burst out of its body and release spores. It is a colorful yet macabre spectacle. Other varieties of fungi carry out important work on the forest floor. They break down dead plants and animal matter, returning their nutrients to the soil to be absorbed by the trees, which in turn sustain countless life forms in this intricate system. Suddenly, the gentle nature of the forest shifts. The gibbons are about to face a new challenge. The Pacific monsoon brings a special gift to the Hainan tropical rainforest: typhoons. The abundant rainfall saturates every corner, ushering in a new chapter in the rainforest. In the understory, many small creatures eagerly await the gifts brought by this season. The northern tree shrew, which lives in shrubs and leaf litter, begins its day early in search of food. The tree shrew is no picky eater. Bugs, wild fruits, and even leaves can all satisfy its hunger. But this season brings an irresistible temptation hanging high in the trees: ripe rambutan. For the gibbon family, this is a time of abundance and comfort. They can wake up and immediately start feasting on the trees nearby. The abundance raises the gibbon standards. Now they reject unripe fruits, spitting them out in disdain. It's the ideal time for the northern tree shrew to sneak in and gather this fallen treasure. But the creature is timid and easily startled. The sound of gibbons sends it scurrying for cover. Finally, after satisfying their hunger, the gibbons settle down to groom each other. The adults want to get to a taller tree to rest, with the little ones following behind. It's the moment the tree shrew has been waiting for. Now its patience pays off. Nothing goes to waste in a tropical rainforest. Both the gibbons and the tree shrew help disperse plant seeds across the forest. The active chestnut white-bellied rat carries out similar work, although it faces challenges from the snakes that are particularly active in the wet season. A brown-spotted pit viper lies in wait, silently camouflaged among the shrubs, using its tongue to detect scent particles in the air. It knows its prey is near. Quick on its feet, this rat appears to have narrowly escaped danger. The viper, which has an arrowhead-shaped head, is one of China's most venomous snakes. A dose of just 48 milligrams of its venom can be lethal to a human. The venom works quickly, disrupting the rat's blood coagulation and causing massive internal bleeding. Unhurried, the viper follows the scent trail to find its helpless prey. Due to its small size, the snake needs to dislocate its jaw to swallow its meal in one go, with the process taking about half an hour. This is when it is most vulnerable, as the viper is entirely focused on eating. While the hunt may be swift, the act of consuming its prey is perilous. Once the rat is swallowed whole, the viper quickly seeks a hiding place to begin digesting its meal. Predators like the brown-spotted pit viper are crucial to controlling the rodent population, which protects trees from being overly damaged by these small mammals. The snakes are highly active in the wet season and rarely hibernate due to the warm climate. However, as the rainfall decreases, they will reduce their activity and prepare for the approaching dry season, when food will become scarce. Influenced by the monsoon climate, the dry season in Hainan's rainforest can last nearly 5 months. One of the female gibbons is heavily pregnant and is moving slowly. The forest no longer has enough fruit to provide her as sustenance. Today, the gibbon family has to travel farther in search of food. The little one receives the signal to move and follows its parents. It's perhaps unaware of the challenges ahead. This will be its first long-distance trek. Will the young gibbon be able to keep up? As the dry season sets in, many animals go into hiding, and hunting becomes increasingly difficult. The bawang ling leopard gecko, a gecko species endemic to Hainan, is searching for its prey. Unfortunately, its preferred prey overlaps with that of another predator. This spider hiding in a dark corner is also getting ready to feed. To capture its movements at night, we need special infrared cameras. The spider, a kind of Chinese bird spider, is the largest known spider species in China. An adult can span over 20 centimeters and often hunts prey twice its size, earning it the nickname Earth Tiger. The spider calmly grooms its fangs, its lethal weapon. Its venom targets the nervous system, inducing sharp pain and convulsions. Before retreating to its burrow, the spider begins to spin a trap, releasing sticky silk from the tip of its abdomen. Unlike a typical spider web, it weaves a dense carpet that acts as a highly sensitive sensor. 2 hours later, everything is ready. The spider hides in its dark burrow to await its prey. A stick insect passes by the entrance. But the spider doesn't act immediately. The gecko, following the stick insect's trail, comes perilously close to the trap. Curiosity gets the better of it, and the spider strikes. The gecko quickly turns to escape, shedding its tail to distract the spider. Although not a complete meal, the spider drags the severed tail to its burrow. Tonight's dinner is served. In critical moments, some species of gecko in Hainan's rainforest will shed their tails to survive. But it takes months for the tail to grow back, leaving the gecko more vulnerable. The harsh environment has inspired incredible survival strategies. Creatures must rely on their adaptations and skills to ensure the continuation of their species. As the dry weather continues, the leaves of the Formosan gum trees turn brown-red. Others' leaves have withered and fallen, filling the dried-up streams. The gibbon family finally stops to rest. They have found a grove full of fruit. After an exhausting journey, the young gibbons can now replenish their energy. Yet the adult male has noticed something unusual. A crested serpent eagle is circling overhead, searching for food. The female gibbon is also alerted. The older offspring hide in the dense leaves, but the youngest is out of its mother's sight, too busy eating fruit to notice the danger. Adult gibbons are mostly safe from serpent eagles, but young ones can easily be snatched away. The family's patriarch avoids any sudden movement that might attract the predator's attention. The young gibbon finally notices its parents and mimics their behavior by hiding. The serpent eagle makes no aggressive moves and flies away. The young one returns safely to its family. The crisis has thankfully passed without incident. The dry season is a busy time for weaver ants, as the conditions are perfect for construction. Building a new home is never easy. One group of ants has split from its colony and migrated to a new tree. They are preparing to build a new nest about 8 meters high on a branch. Working together in an orderly fashion, the weaver ants pull and fold leaves to build a wall. They communicate through pheromones, coordinating to construct their own mega project. The task requires complete cooperation. But for gibbons, independence is key to survival. One male gibbon has just reached adulthood, but still enjoys playing with his young siblings. Today, however, their father interrupts them. Confused, the older gibbon retreats to another tree. He has been sensing increasing rejection from his father recently. Now 6 years old, it's time for him to leave the family and live independently, a necessary step before he can meet females from other groups and start a family of his own. Yet, the gibbon doesn't appear ready for this. He keeps his distance from his family, no longer engaging in close interactions. Meanwhile, the weaver ant's new nest is beginning to take shape on the lower branches as construction enters its second phase. Worker ants, which carry the larvae, move back and forth at junctions in the leaves. The larvae secrete a strong adhesive that binds the leaves together. Weaver ants begin contributing to the family before they even hatch. With meticulous craftsmanship, a well-sealed castle is finally completed. Creativity flourishes in this extreme environment, and every species that calls the rainforest home is a survivor of natural selection. As the older male gibbon grows distant from his family, he slowly gets used to his new independence. He may not yet understand the reason for all this. The dry season is coming to an end. Cotton tree blossoms adorn the rainforest's edges, their bright red flowers glowing like flames. Our young gibbon nestles among the blossoms, savoring this treat. At some point, its older brother has departed, taking a tentative step toward independence. This youngster will one day face the same test, embarking on a journey to find its own happiness. Yet, the family has not diminished in number. The mother gave birth during the dry season. The young gibbon is curious about the newborn and will soon take on the role of older sibling, playing and leaping through the trees, just as its older brother once did. The new arrival is not only precious to its family, but represents fresh hope for the Hainan black-crested gibbon population. As it grows, it too will encounter the trials and blessings of the rainforest. Every life form in the rainforest is a masterpiece of nature. The extreme competition and interplay within this environment have inspired extraordinary survival strategies and diverse life forms. The National Park of Hainan Tropical Rainforest preserves this precious, pristine paradise for us. Every life serves as an integral link in this tightly connected ecological chain. Generations of people have lived and thrived in the rainforest. Now, with the aid of advanced technology, they're striving to protect the balance and harmony of the rainforest ecosystem. This is our beautiful, shared home.